Marvel geeks, and all the nerds in between. Welcome to another episode of Vigilante Vibes, where I talk about all things Marvel, all things other fandoms, but without that toxicity that's become such a big thing in all the fandoms and taken up way too much space. I'm your host, Megan Nicole, and today I'm going to break down the 6th episode of Creature Commandos, spoilers and all, titled Prietel Skelet, which actually means Buddy Skeleton, which was an interesting title for this episode, to say the least. I've been begging for a Dr. Phosphorus episode for weeks, and good lord did James Gunn deliver. So, diving right in, Creature Commandos episode 6 opens in Gotham City, where Alexander Sartorius is trying to escape crime boss Rupert Thorne and his men in a flashback. In the present, Dr. Phosphorus is in Polkalistan, on the run from Rostovik's Royal Knights after Task Force M was separated in the previous episode. Nina and the bride find each other and hide in a brothel, and are subsequently protected by the brothel's madam when the Knights investigate. I actually liked those scenes a lot. It was interesting to see the comparison of a brothel worker and an assassin. So I wouldn't say I agree with it, but it was interesting to see that perspective. Rick Flag is hospitalized and in a coma following his fight with Clayface, while Eric takes over a plane and forces the pilots to take him to Polkalistan. It was a weird episode not having Rick Flag in it, but I have to say this is one of my favorites, so maybe I have an internal beef with Rick Flag Sr. Weasel is in the woods and eventually befriends a pack of wolves because why not? Weasel, we all know he's unhinged, and this seems right up his alley. Flashbacks reveal Alex's wife and son and his desire to cure cancer via nuclear fusion. However, he needed Thorne's funding, who was selling Alex's nuclear experiments and data to an oppressive regime. So, Alex, Dr. Phosphorus, was always trying to do right. He just did it the wrong way by trusting Thorne. And we all saw his wife say, I don't trust these guys. I don't like him. He's like, me either. And then turns out they were both right to not like these people because they're terrible people. Nina and the bride and their new friendship, which I love, save the brothel from the metahuman duo known as the Craik brothers, who were horrible. I got real pleasure in seeing the bride stuff her hand into his chest. I was like 10 out of 10, no notes. Continuing the flashback origins, Dr. Phosphorus uses his new nuclear power to kill Thorne, his family, and his men before taking over this criminal empire. I'm laughing because the scenes were they were very funny. The dynamic they used, with his children, throwing him in the air versus throwing money in the air. It was very funny to me. Partying in the ice lounge, Dr. Phosphorus gets captured by, spoiler, Batman. And we will talk about this cameo in a little bit, explaining how he ended up in the hands of Waller. Phosphorus is shown playing with the little girl who caught him hiding in her house in the present, just like he once played with his son, which is wild to think about, that he made this little girl food, they played, all the while her parents are just asleep. Okay, cool. Eric arrives in Polkalistan while Rostovik's Knights prepare for battle and Task Force M reunites to storm the castle. It was good seeing the team back together. I'm really excited to see what they do, and I want to see if they kill the princess because I'm kind of annoyed with her. So much happened in this episode. It was a damn good episode. I really liked it. I thought it was fun. I almost said heartwarming, but no, I thought it was devastating. Can we all just admit that Dr. Phosphorus' backstory is the most tragic, the most sad? They made him play in his wife's blood, which is why I would have killed him too. I'm okay. I think Dr. Phosphorus was pretty okay with what he did to Thorn and all his men. I justified. It's fine. But I think the biggest thing that everyone's talking about is the cameo, the Batman cameo. It was a blink and you missed it. Literally, I blinked and I missed it, and I saw the slight tail end of it, so I had to rewind and go back. So, first of all, I love that it was just a silhouette. We didn't get too much. It was perfect. It felt very Batman. It felt very Dark Knight. And I didn't see it coming, so I was super excited about that. Something I'm also excited about is that Gunn actually spoke on the Batman cameo in Creature Commandos, and he says it was to show that Batman does exist. He added, he already exists in this universe, just like when we come to Superman movie. We see that Superman already exists. He's already known by the people of Metropolis. He continues, we don't need to hear the origin story again. That's just a way to introduce that Batman is a part of this universe. He's an important part of this universe. He has an impact on it, including defeating some pretty dangerous, pretty scary people like Phosphorus. See, I know people are still hating on James Gunn. I can't say I get it, but it's not surprising. But doesn't this show that he knows what we want? We don't want to see another origin story. We all know. We've all seen it. We've all read it. We know. We get it. I want to see an already established Superman, already established Batman. That's what I want, and James Gunn is just delivering everything I want. So, thanks, James. He also added that he loves Batman. He says, I've loved him since I was a little kid. He's one of my favorite characters. I've gone on record in the past, and when I was at Marvel, saying my favorite character is Batman. He continues, we're going to do great things with him. He's the most popular superhero in the world, and I can't wait for people to see more of him, along with Superman and together. So this actually came from Deadline, if you want to look up that article. And the fact that he already has teased that Superman and Batman will be together before we even know who's playing Batman in the DCU, and we've only gotten a teaser trailer for Superman, makes me think he has huge things planned for DC. It's done nothing but made me really excited. I'm really glad he came out and spoke about the cameo because I had so many questions, and I was super happy about it. So I thought all around it was maybe like a 9.1 out of 10 for the episode itself. Batman cameo, that was huge. It was handled perfectly, just enough that we all got hyped, but it didn't take away from the episode. Got that Dr. Phosphorus background, which I really wanted. So, loved that. We got to see Nina and the bride, their friendship flourish. The Weasel, he's just doing things, and he does those things the way he wants to do those things, and he's happy with it. And Rick Flag is in a coma, which I really do think I don't like Rick Flag. I don't know why, but like, it was kind of nice he wasn't there. So, sorry, Rick. Stick around for next week's episode because I want to say it's the last episode, I think. To be honest, I don't even know what day it is because of these freaking holidays. Let me know what you think of the episode in the comments. Are you excited? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you think of the Batman cameo? What did you think of James Gunn's comments on Batman? I want to know it all. Let me know it all. Hope you enjoyed this review and breakdown. Stick around for next week when I break down the final episode. Wherever you're watching this episode or listening to this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any reviews, breaking news, or any nerd content in between. Thanks for listening and have a marvelous day.